other honorable judges in the audience, lawyers, and other dignitaries present in the hall. Now pardon me if I look to you less and look towards this watch more, because the time limit is most important, I have been told. Judicial work should not suffer. That's the discipline which we lawyers must always follow. So let's begin with this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. That is 75 years of our independence. But remarkably, the topic today is the making and evolution of the Constitution of India since independence. So to begin with, please remember that though we got the independence on 15th August 1947, the making of the Constitution of India began much earlier than that. It was the Cripps mission and the Cabinet mission which visited India and proposed, on the continuous demand of the then Congress, to give us an opportunity to make our own constitution. And therefore, it was the British Parliament which passed the resolution to elect a constituent assembly to make the constitution. And therefore, the elections happened in the year 1946. During United India. And there were almost 399 representatives were elected across India, including Congress, Muslim leagues, and then princely states. And the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly happened on 9th December 1946. We all know the architect of the Constitution of India is Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who was the chairman of the drafting committee of the Constitution. But what you may not know, that after the first meeting of 9th December 1946, the second meeting of the Constituent Assembly was scheduled on 14th August 1947. By then, Lord Mountbatten proposal for the partition of India 9th June 1947 had already come. And Dr. Baba Saheb lost his seat in the Constituent Assembly. Do you know this? The one who's attributed to the architect of the Constitution of India did not have the seat left in the Constituent Assembly because he was elected from Pakistan. So after the partition was declared on 9th June 1947 by Lord Mountbatten, that his seat went to Pakistan. And Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar lost his seat. And so did almost 90 members out of 399. So finally 289 members left in the Constituent Assembly. And only after Lord Mountbatten's plan, princely states decided to join, otherwise they were not joining the Constituent Assembly. So it was much later that the Congress decided to elect Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar to the Constituent Assembly, and you must be proud that, do you know from where he was elected? You're right. We all must be proud he was elected from Bombay. And rest is the history that he was the architect of the Constitution of India. The journey of the making of the Constitution of India is very interesting, because it's the longest written constitution of the world. And according to me, being a student of the Constitution of India and the comparative constitution of the world, I can speak with full responsibility that it is one of the best and the masterpiece in the legislation I've ever come across. Because whatever was the best in the world was borrowed. It is in the archives that Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar and his committee read almost 60 constitutions of the world at that time. And we have borrowed from almost 11 constitutions of the world, different features from the world. The fundamental rights which you feel so proud of today was borrowed from US Constitution. The directive principles of the state policy is borrowed from Ireland. We borrowed from Australia, we borrowed from Canada, we borrowed from USSR. These 5 years planning commissions, whatever, are borrowed, and the fundamental duties were borrowed from USSR. So whatever was the best available at that time, we tried to conglomerate all into one document. And unlike US Constitution, where there is a 50 constitutions, because it's United States of America, every state has a different constitution. We have one constitution for entire India. The entire territory is governed by only one constitution. We borrowed parliamentary system from British. दो साल 11 महीने और 18 दिन स्वतंत्रता से लेकर हमें लगे इस डॉक्यूमेंट को बनाने में। 11 कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली की मीटिंग्स में और ये ड्राफ्ट भारत के नागरिकों के सामने प्रस्तुत किया गया, ऑब्जेक्शंस मंगाए गए, and do you know, before the final draft was passed on 26th November 1949, before that itself there were 2,000 amendments.